Okay, ladies and gentlemen, in this video we're going to talk about email outreach. How to make emails that actually land in inboxes, how to send emails that actually get delivered, and what are the best tools that you can use to actually get those emails delivered into people's inboxes so that you can reap the rewards for whatever you're outreaching for. So if you're sending emails right now, there might be a number of reasons why you would do that. Reason one could be you're trying to sell something, you're trying to pitch something to other people, you're trying to build links, whatever the hell it is you're doing, whatever the hell you're doing to outreach and get your things delivered, you're going to need a tool or you're going to need a process in place so that you can actually get those emails into the inboxes and get the result you're looking for. So if you like videos like this, make sure you subscribe using the link below and like this video. It massively helps out the channel. I'm trying to grow some stuff here, but I'm just going to dive straight in. If you don't know already, we send tens of thousands of emails per month right now through Get Me Links. We're a link building service, and one of the ways, the main way that we build our links is through outreach, and that requires us to send a lot of emails to website owners to actually land backlinks and provide content to those sites so that we can get links for our clients and for ourselves. So how is it we send 10,000 emails? What have I learned from sending probably over a million emails at this point? What are the tricks that you can use in your business right now to get sales emails delivered, to get your message across to other people and actually get it in inboxes? Okay. So the first thing that you're going to want to have, this is just some basics before we dive into the specific tools and strategy that you're going to be going through. The first thing you want to get is a Google Suite email. So Google Suite emails are probably the best emails to use in terms of deliverability. Essentially, you can get a brand name email as well. So what we use specifically for for our stuff is we have like our own unique emails that we use. So we have like for link building, we essentially reach out as a writer. And when we're sending a bunch of emails out, we don't want to use our own personal emails, as you're going to have a massive inbox full of stuff. So we have something like, I'm just going to make up a name like Jackie at Jackie McBride.com, for example, right? That doesn't exist, but we would create an email like this and we would go and register this domain name here, which is just a completely random person's name. And we would essentially use this completely new name, completely new domain name, and this will be the email that we'll outreach from. Google Suites allows you to make an email that has that extension at the end. And the reason why you want to have this over a regular Gmail account perhaps is because a Google Suite email will let you send up to 2,000 emails per day, and a regular Gmail account will allow you to send about 500. And also, if your Google Suite email gets banned, you can actually just go into the admin console and unban the email up to 3 or 4 times per year before they permanently ban it. A Gmail address will often just be banned and you'll lose it forever. So you're going to want to use a Google Suite email. It costs like £3 a month and you're going to get one. It's just the best way to do things. So get a Google Suite email set up, okay? That's step one. Step two is to understand what the process actually is, okay? So this is the process of email outreach. The first thing is prospecting, okay? And then the next step in this process is sending the emails, right? So actually getting them sent out. And then the last part of this, I suppose, is like email management. Okay, so these are the 3 sort of steps to an email campaign, and different tools out there do each or some of these steps very, very well. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just describe to you what tools I think are best and what tools you should use in specific situations. Because there's 2 other main things that you want to consider, and that's staff management. Okay, we have over 20 people now, I think, working from our email outreach software. So it means that we're essentially having to manage a lot of people, and staff management on that process is also massively important if you're sending, like us, tens of thousands of emails per month to get whatever result that is. And then the other thing you want to think about is warming up your emails, okay? I'll probably do a video directly on this topic, but for those of you who don't know, warming up your emails comes down to actually getting your email to be a healthy account. So if you don't know this already, essentially, if you send a bunch of emails out, so let's say this is your email account, you send a bunch of emails out, and people don't open these or don't interact with these or don't reply back to you, if people don't do that, then it means that your email essentially gets a bad score. And when it gets a bad score, when you send your next emails out, it ends up in the spam box, okay? And it means less and less people are actually going to see your emails, and it's not going to get delivered into accounts. So what you can actually do is manipulate this process at the start of having an email account and actually have a service or something actually warm up your emails. So warming up your emails is, I would say, especially if you're sending sales emails or you're email outreaching for something that's very personalized or important, I would say warming up your emails at the start of a campaign is going to be massively, massively important. There are some cases where you don't need to warm up emails, and that might be if you're just mass outreaching, you're basically spamming to get results for something, and you don't really care about the individual prospects that you're outreaching to. You're happy just to send a large scale amount of emails out. Okay, so we're going to talk about all these things and what tools are the best. I brought up a few tools right here. Pretty much all of them are going to work with a Google Suite account, so you're going to want to get a Google Suite account either way. Let's dive in. So basically, if you're sending under about, I would say 20, trying to get 20 clients or trying to get 20 backlinks, or really your result of what you're trying to achieve is underneath 20, then I would really suggest between these three tools I'm going to talk about. One of them is Lemlist, one of them is Mailshake, and one of them is called Woodpecker, okay? They're all fantastic tools, and what they do is a couple of parts of that process very well, okay? All three of these tools will allow you to send emails very efficiently, and they will have some form of email management section within them, okay? What they don't really do is prospecting, okay? They don't do prospecting very well at all. You're going to want to use a different tool for prospecting, but what you can do at that level is use an external process to actually prospect for things, okay? So there's like for example, if you're outreaching for links, you can use, or anything, you can use this little free tool called URL Profiler. You can load in a bunch of proxies and search for things on Google, which will actually give you the opportunity to find a bunch of prospects that you can actually outreach to. And then you can then use a tool like Hunter.io to actually go out there and find the emails for each of those prospects. So you could use something like this, go and find 1,000 websites you want to outreach to at scale, and then import it to something like Hunter.io, which will give you the email addresses for all those 1,000 websites, which will then allow you to import it to one of these three tools. These three tools are fantastic for hooking up with Google Suite accounts and sending the emails out. Okay, my personal favorite at the moment is Lemlist, and the reason why I like Lemlist so much is because it includes this mail warming up part automatically inside the account. So inside Lemlist, it's actually got something called Lemwarm, which actually allows you to warm up the emails. If you haven't got Lemwarm, then you can also use this service called mailwarm.com, which is also pretty cheap, and you can essentially warm up an account up to 50 emails per day for $70 a month. For the price of Lemlist, it's essentially about that per month, $59 per month, and it includes mail warming up within this, called Lemwarm here. So if you're going to use Mailshake or you're going to use Woodpecker, I don't think either of these tools actually include that. I know Mailshake doesn't, I'm not sure about Woodpecker, but essentially you're going to pay extra to get the emails warmed up so that you can get high deliverability, like I mentioned earlier on. So I'm personally a big fan of Lemlist, but these tools really just come down to your personal preference and what you actually like to use. They all send emails very, very well, and you can essentially warm up an email inside either of them. You just need to use this service, Mailwarm, if you're not using Lemlist, okay? So that's the top three tools that I like: Lemlist, Mailshake, or Woodpecker. You can check them out. Now, if you're trying to do things at a higher scale, which is what we do, these tools have their limitations, and the limitations of these tools are quite simple. They essentially don't take care of this prospecting part, and they don't take care of the staff management part very well. You see, when you hook up an email to these accounts, it's a bit of a cluster mess, and you're kind of in the Gmail account, and you don't really have a way of seeing, if I have 50 members of staff working for me, how do I actually know how many emails each member of staff is sending? How do I know how many people they're replying to? How are they able to take their own people that they've outreached to and their day-to-day work and have their own inboxes? Essentially, you would have to have a separate email account for every member of staff, which is just more of a hassle and ends up costing you actually a lot more when you use each of these accounts and add more and more emails to them. So by far the best tool for enterprise level outreaching is Pitchbox. Okay, I've used Pitchbox for years, and Pitchbox is my personal favorite when it comes to enterprise level outreaching. Okay, so if you're doing anything past building about 20 or 30 links per month, or you're doing anything trying to get more than maybe 10, 20 clients per month, then Pitchbox is a great outreach tool. Okay, And the reason why that is because it allows you to add multiple members of staff into Pitchbox, and it essentially allows you to manage those members of staff to see how many emails they're sending, how many people they're replying to, and it just allows you to actually do the whole process of link outreach within one tool itself. Pitchbox also includes an amazing prospecting section, which allows you to actually find different contacts very, very simply inside the system. You don't need to go and use external tools like Simple SERP Scraper and Hunter.io to do all of that work, because Pitchbox has that built in. Pitchbox actually has an email finding section within it. It allows you to create blogger outreach campaigns. It allows you to do all these things, scrape Google essentially for all those contacts within the tool itself. Essentially takes your whole email outreach process and applies it into one tool. Now, why would you not use Pitchbox for every occasion? Because it's more expensive. This is an enterprise level tool, and it's going to set you back hundreds and hundreds of dollars per month just to get on the account. But as I say, it has everything in place. And if you're working at scale with lots and lots of members of staff, then having a tool like this is going to be more useful than sitting trying to use, Woodpecker, Lemlist, and all these different tools, because Pitchbox actually has the whole process in one, and it makes things a lot easier to actually work at scale. One thing that Pitchbox doesn't have at the moment is a mail warming up service, but again, if you're using Pitchbox, you can just come in and use mail warm. That's the only thing that Pitchbox really does miss in comparison to anything else. If you want an introduction to Pitchbox, you can shoot me a message on Facebook or just ping me on whatever social media, and I can introduce you to the owner. And I don't get affiliate commission. I just can maybe get you, a good introduction to the owner of this software, because it is an enterprise level solution. So hopefully this has given you a good rundown on what you need to do in terms of email outreach, what tools are best to use, what email you want to get, and what you can do based on the amount of results you're trying to get per month. I absolutely love email marketing and cold email marketing from the point of view of having a predictable method to get a result, whether that's producing sales, whether that's producing links. Email marketing is awesome, and understanding all the little tricks like warming up your emails, what email accounts to use, and what tools to use is massively important. I have massive experience in this, and the tools I've given you are probably going to be the best ones out there. So you want to take action on this, go out there, try out some of these tools and see which one you like best. I'm very interested to hear how you get on in the comments, and if you have any questions, you can of course comment below. Please like this video, as I said earlier, and make sure you subscribe to the channel for more amazing business videos like this. Thank you, and I'll catch you soon. Bye bye.